listening to the Life Hack Podcast. Thank you for joining us today.
Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're joining us today. As you know, Life Hack is the show dedicated to talking about adulting because life is fun, hard, and complicated. Today we're going to be talking about that old saying of misery loves company. Now, if you've done any type of self-help, self-awareness, self-development, personal development, any of that along the way, along your journey of adulting, you'll know that quite often we talk about how you want to grow past your need to share in misery. You want to grow past your need to hear everybody else's sorrows and woe stories, right? So I got to tell you about a little incident that happened to me just recently. Mind you, I am an self-help development enthusiast. I absolutely adore self-help. I absolutely love personal development. I absolutely strive to continue to figure out what my demons are, address those demons, and eradicate them. But this thing happened to me probably within the last week. There was a coworker of mine, a former coworker of mine, who we had a little incident. I guess I should say an incident after I'd actually left the job. We weren't really like beefing, at least I didn't think we were. And I happened to see this person out in the store. We made eye contact. Yes, I know she saw me. Yes, I saw her. Like, you know, the whole shebang. You know how when you see somebody and they don't speak, you don't speak. But it wasn't like a usual, they're not speaking, I'm not speaking. It was a purposeful avert the eyes. She looked away, like looked really, really uncomfortable. Did her very, very best to turn her head completely to the side, position her body. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where the person just is adamantly not trying to look your way, not trying to speak to you, trying to ignore that they even saw you. So that incident happened, and I have to admit, I was in my feelings about that incident. Now, I didn't realize how much I was in my feelings about that incident until just this past week. And let me tell you what I mean by that. She put up a post on one of her social media sites. Now, mind you, this is one of the reasons why we shouldn't, be friends with people on social media that we're not really friends with in life. But that's a whole nother topic. But she put up a post on social media, and that post was detailing how her 2022 year had just taken her all kind of ways, upwards, downwards, backwards, frontwards, right? And the bad things that happened to them and the things that was happening to her family. And then she rounded out the post with the good things that had happened as well, right? You kind of want to share both negative and positive. And she called herself enlightening. I'm guessing whomever follows her, whomever watches her page, me, because I'm silently stalking her, I guess. And she called herself sharing, that, hey, you can look at this one way or the other. You can be one way or the other about it. But not only did 2022 sit us on our ass, but it also lifted us up. And here are the ways how it did that in both ways. Okay, great. Wonderful post. Lovely to share. I encourage all of us to share that. Don't just share your wins, but also share your losses. Also share the things that taught you lessons. But that's not my point. She shared that, and my immediate thought was, oh my gosh, somebody else had a horrible 2022. And then my second immediate thought was, oh my gosh, why am I finding comfort/joy in the fact that she had a tough experience in 2022 in the same year that I had tough experiences? Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. The misery loves company adage, that saying, that idea that we like to share in our pain, is one of the things that I've been trying to work on, that inside Pyrrhic victory of knowing that one of your quote unquote enemies or your frenemies or the people who you don't like or somebody you felt like did an injustice to you also experienced something bad. I immediately went to this shame, if you will, for having that thought, for feeling that about this person's experience, this person's life, this person's lived truth. The reason why that is such a problem, the reason why that was such a problem, is such a problem, and why I'm sharing it with you, is because two things can be true at the same time. I can be on this journey of self-awareness, personal development, personal victories, while also being on this journey and realizing that I am still doing shitty things, thinking shitty things, and having shitty behaviors. I think sometimes as we're on the journey, we conflate and confuse that it's going to be easy, it's going to be smooth, that once you get it, you're never going to have that lesson again, that you're never going to have to deal with that attitude again, and nothing could be further from the truth. I want to be the first one, if I am the first one or the only one who's ever told you that this journey is going to have so many ups and downs, left and rights, and things that you're not proud of. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're joining us today. As you know, Life Hack is the show dedicated. I'm really not. And I share that thought with you, and I share this process with you because I also want you to know that I'm human. I also want you to know and realize that even though people are teaching self-help techniques and they're teaching personal development, it does not mean that they've arrived. It does not mean that their journey is over with, and it does not mean that they're perfect. So here's what I'm doing afterwards, right? Now that I've had the thought, now that I've processed that I have the thought, I've addressed the fact that that's a shitty thought to have, here's where I'm moving forward. I know that that's not really a thought that I want to carry into the next week, the next month, the next year. So I address it. I address it head on. I say it out loud. I said it out loud to my person to let that person know, hey, I had a shitty moment. I got to share this with somebody because my brain is making this be something that it's not. And then two, I'm moving on. I addressed it. I said it out loud. I'm admitting that I had a moment of weakness. I'm allowing myself grace while also maintaining my accountability. I want to offer that to you. I want you to admit some things out loud. Be accountable for those things, but also offer yourself grace as you're learning through those things. So I hope you found this valuable. I hope you found this useful. I hope you'll continue to tune in. Again, thank you so much for joining us in Life Hack. This is a podcast for adults learning how to adult. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Are you tired of feeling like you don't know what you're doing as an adult? Are you tired of feeling like you missed a class on how to think like an adult at some point in your life? If you feel like your adult life has been a scam and a sham, you are not alone. If you're tired of feeling out of sorts lately, Life Hack Academy was created with you in mind. Life Hack Academy is a safe space designed to help the modern adult learn the time-honored ideas to being happy, calm, and whole. Get started today so that you can begin living the life of your dreams. Go to lifehack, that's lifehsc.com for more information. Enroll today at lifehack.com.